We are at episode 4 of the Dungeon Podcast. Dum dum dum.
Finally. Hey.
Gosh, this is the second time we recording this because
Yeah,
last the sound was really off, and that's also why we're dropping this a bit later than usual.
yeah.
Yes,
So, how have you been?
I have been good. I have been good. Um, I'm loving the feedback we're getting from the podcast. Good and the more critical ones. And people will be saying like they're missing some of the stories. And I feel like we were off a little bit on episode 3. Like we tried to be scholars of Caribbean Carnival, and we ain't that. We both don't
But,
have university degrees. We
yeah,
went to the University of
of the
Life.
nation, of the nation.
That too. That's the YWAM University. Like they're
That's the
such a
one.
cult. They have their own university.
Keep it
It's
under
the
one
truth.
umbrella. Under one
It's truth.
umbrella, you know?
They can you can study anything in YWAM except for medicine and law because that changes from country to country. But you can study everything. Like I have credits in performing arts and dance because I did secondary schools.
Wait, wait,
So,
wait, wait. Speaking about credits in performing arts, anything
mhm.
exciting happened in your life the past week? Would you want to share?
Yes, I was an extra in a movie. It's a Dutch movie called Love, Fail, Repeat, and it stars Karen Bloemen, Carina Bloemen, who is like a famous Dutch singer and artist, and it stars a bunch of other people that I have no idea who they are. I don't even know how good the movie's gonna be, and if you'll ever recognize me. But I did say Masha Danki on camera, which
And
is
that's
thank you very much.
and and that's and that's
Pativensu.
and that's good news because you were only
Yeah.
given one role to walk
Uh-huh.
away. and then, and then,
And
then
then they
they
made
let
me
you,
speak
they let you speak. So it's the beginning of a star is born. Tum, tum, tum.
in the shallow, shallow.
So let's reason. Let's
All
reason.
right, cool. This episode is called Music Can Be a Cage or a Key to Freedom. And so we're talking about music. But as I said, people were like, they want to hear more of our stories. And so it's music from our perspective, from the dungeon perspective, you know? So
Yeah, yeah,
let's
yeah.
start here. What's what's been your personal experience with music throughout the years?
Me?
Yeah, Andy.
Okay.
Not a listener that can't hear me right now. You.
I don't, Shay, sometimes you speak to yourself, you know. So you have, you have, you have excuse by my question, but I think it's warranted because I am doing a podcast with Shay, the one and only.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, go. I'll share mine
Okay,
too.
okay. So music has been a part of my life, you know, much like basketball. I, you know that I rap.
I've
Dun, dun,
heard.
dun,
I've
dun, dun,
heard.
dun. Yeah. Um. So in episode one, I speak about um we being impacted by our environment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are shaped by our environment, and music was a huge part of that in the community where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
You have you have community sounds, local sounds.
Mm.
There was three prominent one I can remember. One was called um Daddy Junk, Daddy
Okay.
Junk, and Super Fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one was Lionels.
Hmm.
And so on weekends especially, they would string up and
Yeah, yeah,
music.
yeah.
And from from ever since I can remember, Lieutenant Stitchie, he
Mm-hmm.
was a secular artist that turned a Christian artist.
Mm-hmm.
And but I used to love his music
Yeah.
and so forth. And then fast forward into um the early 90s now, like the emergence of a Bounty Killer and Beanie Man, those two
Mm-hmm.
artists that took like just dancehall rivalry to a peak. You
Oh, they
understand?
were rivals?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, they
Oh, I
were
didn't know that.
rivals.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then they were musical rivals for like I think 20 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just
Or
going back and
interesting.
forth,
I never
going
know
back
who
and
the rivals are. I
you know
just
you
listen to the music.
I think I think you know of one, you know. Remember when you
Oh
was
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
Jamaica
yeah. Vibes Cartel and Movado.
and
Like the
Movado?
watch.
Yeah. So it's like Vibes Cartel represent Gaza, as in the Gaza Strip.
Oh, uh-huh.
that and and Gully God, that's Movado. Gully, he's from the Gully, the trenches. I don't know why I'm coughing. Sorry, but and they took like this musical rivalry to another level, much
Mm.
higher than the Bounty Killer and the Beanie Man.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking about influences music have on society, like it had a real negative influence on the youth because like wars, people were literally warring, fighting each other,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it found itself into the schools where school kids were those who represent Gaza was going against those who represent Gully.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And that's in a negative light. No, fast forward because of the music they were singing. You
Yeah.
understand? It's more like of a nature of violence and sexual orientated. Sorry, what's that? I think I have a bug. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so and so and that was a negative because before that, like the late 90s, early 2000, there was an emergence of Rastafarism, cultural music.
Mm-hmm.
You understand with the likes of um Caper Time, Sizzla Kalonji, I Wayne, Warrior King, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Anthony B. And the type of music they were singing, as I said, Rastafarian and most of the youth, they were gravitating to just that, Rastafarianism. And
Mm-hmm.
each the youth just they want to just grow their hair and
Like
there's a
you.
like me, like I did once. And so there was this like a cultural place for them in the hills of they call it Bubble Hill, where they would
Mm-hmm.
go there and have a cause you know Rastafarianism is a religion in Jamaica. It's a second
Yeah,
religion.
yeah, yeah. One question. Does Bubba Hill have anything to do with the Bobo Shanti?
Yes.
Because Bobo
Well,
Shanti is one of the strings of Rastafari.
yes, you
One
have
of
12.
the
Yeah, you have
denominations.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah. So it's a cult. It's a religion. It's a church.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand? But
Uh-huh.
then I let me not say church, you know, because the rest of them,
No, no, no.
the
They
rest,
don't have a building or anything like that. From what I understood, I read a
yeah,
book
it's
about it
no. They
recently.
have structures, you know. They have structures, but not like the traditional church structure. You
Yeah.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
So so they would go there and they would pray. They would have campfire. Like I don't know much about it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But from the little knowledge I have, yeah, they would go there and all a reference. And that's the impact those type of music had on the youth. So it was more of just I'm just peace, love, and unity. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And so and before that, furthermore, in the late 80s, early 90s this time, I don't know if you know of a DJ called Shabarangs.
No.
You understand? He won two
I was a
Grammy for
baby during that time.
he was the first, he was a baby, but he was the first artist, Jamaican artist who won a Grammy,
Okay,
dancehall
cool.
artist, dancehall
Yeah, yeah.
artist who won a Grammy, and so and so his music was much of like a lovers thing. Chill a load of girl down a wharf, fi come off, we need a customer, fi off ill, clear them off, chill a load. So it was more like girls. You man would like look girls, like on a regular, and babies were being born, like
Yeah.
like you follow now, right? Late late 80s, early 90s, it was
Baby
more
boom
about
in a Jamaica.
baby boom in Jamaica, the music. Late 90s, early 2000, cultural,
Mm-hmm. Very much
cultural,
into like Jamaica as the country, patriotism, back to Africa, like
yes,
identifying with African
yes,
culture and all that stuff. Yeah.
yes. And that started from even back when even apartheid was a thing, when Mandela was in prison, the
Mm-hmm.
Rastafarian. We are the only set of artists, genre, who sing about the liberation of Africa.
Oh,
You
that's
understand?
interesting. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
still
like
very early 90s though, because Mandela was got out in 1994 and was elected president.
yeah. It was early
Yeah.
90s, and
Mm-hmm.
and so even Bob Marley had a song called something "Tried in a Zimbabwe." Make we
Mm.
take it in a Zimbabwe. And if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. Right, I think I think because we're not scholars, I think that was a popular song in Zimbabwe. I think it was the national, or it is the national anthem for
Mm.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
you see, music really does influence self and community.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that can be, as you said, as the title of this episode is, it can be like a trap, something to entrap you or to set you free.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Um, but I feel like you didn't talk about Sean Paul. Sean DePaul.
Sean
He
Paul,
fits
no,
in there because he made dancehall very popular during
global,
my time, right?
globally, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
more global. And we have to
Uh-huh.
give Sean Paul that. Like, yeah, we have to Sean Paul Shaggy, before Sean Paul there was Shaggy.
Yeah, true. True, true, true.
Like those guys took dancehall, because there you have reggae
Mm-hmm.
and you have dancehall.
Yeah, two
Reggae,
different things.
yeah, reggae is more cultural.
Uh-huh.
Dancehall is more hardcore. Boom, 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 boom. The beat, the drum.
Yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't say culture. I would say it's more relaxing because I feel like dancehall is very Jamaican culture too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, not culture, culture. Not cultural, culture. Like culture music. Yeah, relaxing. It can be relaxing music, meditation music, inspiring music, music to
Yeah.
inspire you.
But at some point your great grandkids or even your grandkids are going to look back and say, "Oh, dancehall is culture." Because they're going to be listening to something else?
Yeah, because I tell you, like the music took a shift. You understand? And we were having just such a deep, and we don't want to rekindle that, because as you said, it won't be authentic, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
were having such a deep reason about this yesterday, and it's too
Yeah.
bad. It's too
That
bad, like that
the
that, that was messed up.
Yeah, but
But
we'll come back to that too, because I want to share my experience with music, which is a lot different, right?
okay,
Like I'm from Curacao. First of all, in Curacao, everything is about diversity. From our food to our houses are painted different colors, like crazy colors, to the languages we speak, and of course that bleeds into the music as well, right? Also the types of people that live here and all that. Um, so for us, I grew up with a bunch of different genres of music secularly that I would hear around me. But since I grew up heavy into Christianity, I
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to listen to all that. So there is the Curacao culture of we listen to so many different musical styles. There's also very specific Curaçaoan genres of music. And then there is me, who wasn't allowed to listen to anything that wasn't Christian music. And my dad specifically once had a conversation with me and was like, if it's not mentioning God in it, then it's not really Christian either. So any song that's like, you are great, you are this, and it's not like the Lord and Jesus and Christ and that type of thing, that's still
Yeah.
considered secular. So
Yeah.
it was like really hardcore into that world, right? During my teens, I started listening to secular music. That's why I know who Sean DePaul is. He was like very popular during that time. Um, and I feel like when you're only listening to Christian music, it keeps you enclosed, you know. That's also part of the cult-ish type of raising kids, but also keep people stuck. Because we've had that in YWAM too, right? Like
Yeah.
it's it's different in different bases, whereas like in Trinidad, it was no secular music allowed on campus, period. Versus in Jamaica, there wasn't any rules to it, but they would still look down on, right?
There wasn't any physical rules like in Trinidad, but
No,
there was,
no. In Trinidad, it was written in the rule book.
yeah,
I
yeah,
always read rule books. In Jamaica, there wasn't any.
but there was.
Yeah, yeah. Because,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because for me, when I'm in a country that I can only speak um one language, I realized I start listening to music in any language that's not that language, so I can get the influence of in listening to different languages. Um, and so one day I was listening to Bomba. I don't remember who sings this song, but it says un movimiento sexual, sensual, un movimiento muy sexy, sexy, un movimiento muy sexy. And the sexy parts, obviously you can understand what it means. So somebody came up to me and was like, that's not Christian music, Shady. I can see that.
Oh, you're going to hell. Rebuke you. Oh my God. And
One
that's
way
what I,
ticket to hell.
and
Yeah, and
that's
that
what
was
I
in
mean. That,
Jamaica.
and that's what I meant about the unwritten rules. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
strongly believe this. Like if there's no rule, there's no law. And if there's no law, there's no crime. No crime
yeah,
can be committed if there's no law. If I
true.
invite you to my house and I didn't tell you before and that when you come to my house, you need to take your shoe off.
Hmm.
And if when you come, you did not see a sign said, please take your shoe off. If you enter my house with your shoe on, I cannot be mad at you,
No, no.
because there was no rules, you understand? And it's the
But that's
same,
not the case in YWAM still.
no, that's what I
And
was
I
referring.
hated that. I had huge problems with that, especially in Trinidad during my DTS, because I went to a high school where we had a vademecum, is what they call it. It's like this book that has all the rules written in it.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody would It was like the law. If the teachers didn't abide to it, you go to the headmaster and you say, this happened, this teacher did this rule says that's not okay. And the headmaster would give you the right, you know? And it wasn't
yeah,
everybody was very outspoken. Everybody had a vademecum at some point. If you didn't have one, it was like, who has one? I feel like there's something wrong, you know? And when I got to Trinidad, it was like there was the rules. I read them because I was used to reading rules. And then I would break rules that I didn't know existed. And I was like, you never wrote that down. And they would still, yeah, but it's still the rule. And I
yeah,
hate that.
yeah. Like, all right. So let's tie that. I have a few examples I can share with YWAM and music. So let's try and
Hmm.
tie that to even explain to
Yeah.
the listeners more. So if when you hear about country and western, different genres, country and western, What immediate come to mind? Immediately come to mind.
Slow music, white American. Uh, yeah.
Fun in the bars with friends, like the jugging liquors, shots,
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
shots,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
When you hear about souls, R&B, it's more of a
You
sexy
see,
love.
yes, sexy bodies, slow music.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
and I can go on and on. When it comes to Christian music, the first thing come to mind is mind control.
I
No,
don't,
you
I
laugh.
think only for you. It's true. But I think the first thing that comes to mind is like hands raised, cross, um, modestly dressed, that type of
mind
thing.
mind control. They are making a prototype, as you
Yeah.
rightly said. If you listen to a genre of music, your devil's music, the devil's music. No,
Hmm.
all inspiration I think comes from God. You understand? He gives
Yeah.
people talent and stuff like that. So, are you telling me that with all the other genres of music, you have people out there making millions, billions of dollars from and something that's an inborn concept, because not every one of us was blessed with a beautiful voice that can sing and touch high notes and stuff like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
or rap like a Jay-Z, or do good music like a Sean Paul. You
Hmm.
understand? So are you telling me that all those different genre of music apart from Christian music is the devil's music?
Yeah.
Because
Not me,
according
but
to the
yes, that's
church,
what I've been
no,
told.
no, no, according to the church it is.
Yeah.
And so each Wednesday, is it Wednesday? Like
What time? What are
each
you?
Wednesday in YWAM now, right?
Hmm.
You have the prayer house, the music was coming from. And I was watching a movie, and I mentioned it to you yesterday, right? I was watching a movie. I can remember three movies like
Hmm.
that the same thing occurring. Can't remember the name of the movies. I think one is Schindler's List, one is The Pianist,
Hmm.
and I think one is, I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
me
that
too.
series. I love
Uh-huh.
that series, right? And there was this episode where this guy was, I think it's Daryl, was captured, and he was locked in a room. And they
Hmm.
keep playing the same music over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Each day, right around the clock. Mind control.
Hmm.
So I say that to say that was the same thing like at YWAM.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I mean, you can we are um diversity is the spice of life. You
True.
understand?
True.
Without diversity, like everything will be bland, like food without season or taste. You
Hmm.
understand? And
Hmm.
so I can't listen to a song outside of Christianity, Christian music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think, in my opinion, I believe, I know that music can also use other means to control your mind, and to just, yeah, to shape you into whatever they want to shape you to be.
Well, that's not just you what you think is the truth. Like research has been done with different musical sounds. You have um different binaural beats that can trigger different things, different relaxation within you. You
Yeah,
have delta waves and alpha waves and like all these hertz of music that can either activate you to give you energy or to calm you down and relax. And you can even hear that, right? If the music is boring and like super slow, it makes you want to fall asleep. But if it's
yeah,
upbeat, it makes you want to um dance or run, depending on how
yeah.
crazy it is, right? Um and typically, because I've told you before too that I can fall asleep to heavy rock music. So that's another thing.
Every
Um,
every rock, every metal rock music, you fall asleep to that?
yeah, remember I said I don't know if it's heavy, but
I
it's
remember
definitely
you
rock
told me.
music. Yeah, I used to listen a lot to POD back in the day.
Yeah.
And POD is like one of those Christian, considered Christian. I don't even know why they're considered Christians, but I was able to listen to that growing up. So yeah, I could play that and fall asleep. But
I
I think
remember.
that also has to do with ADHD brain and how, when your brain is active, you can actually relax.
No,
So, yeah, that's another
it's true.
thing for me.
It's true. When I was in China,
Hmm.
two things. I'm gonna fling a little why I'm into this stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I went to China through why one. Right?
yeah.
So, but I bought a cassette, and it tells me
Hmm.
when I play like sleeping music. You understand? It's
Yeah,
work. It's like it trigger that little cell.
yeah. Hmm.
Relax. You need to relax in soothing sound of water.
Yeah.
Sound
Spa
of wind.
music.
Yeah, sound of the wind.
Hmm.
Stuff like that. And the sound of water make you want to pee also. Okay?
Yes, yes.
So we were in Nanning and we were trying to make ourselves our way to we were going on a bike ride from Nanning to Guangdong.
Hmm.
Nanning is a province. In Jamaica we have parishes, in America we have states, in China
Hmm.
it's provinces.
Yeah,
So
and Europe too is usually considered a province.
so we were going from the province of Nanning to Guangdong. And so
Hmm.
we checked out of our hotel room, and we had breakfast. We came down and we were awaiting the guy who was gonna be our company. You understand? Our
Hmm.
translator and our guide.
Hmm.
So it's a long ride.
Yeah.
And so we checked out of the hotel and stuff like that, and we came down. We waited on the guy, right? I felt like I want to go. I'm like, let me go up. And Alavino, she was like, no, you can't go. You should have went. You should have peed. I'm like, I don't want to pee. This is number two. I need to go. And she was like, you should have went. Alavin, I need to go.
Me need to go.
We need to go right now. It's right here. I can feel it. I'm tense, but it's right there. The woman was like, no, like, I said, woman,
Me I go.
yeah, like I'm not gonna come halfway around the world to embarrass myself in China.
Hmm.
You understand? So I literally pushed her out the way, and when I reach up that stairs, and I pull my pants down. This control thing. I said this control thing. That's it. I'm gonna crap on myself, and this woman
Yeah.
was like, no, you should have went like tardiness. And the guy, when
Hmm.
after I went, it was a good 15, 17 minutes roundabout.
That you still had to wait for the
And I
translator.
still have to wait for the guy to come. So
Yeah.
this mind control thing, bro, man.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
It is. And music is a great, and I can talk too about why that is, because we all have a conscious and a subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the thing that allows you to do things without thinking. Because your conscious mind is your thinking brain. Whenever you're actively thinking, you're using your conscious mind, right? And so your habits, your feeling that you need to go, being potty trained, being able to walk, being able to drive a car, being able to talk, you don't think about it like a child because your subconscious mind already has the coding inside of it, right?
yeah, yeah,
But if you think about it, the way you got there was through repetition. So a kid will repeat, 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 repeat until they get it. But when they get it, they know it. And so music can get to your subconscious mind, not only with the types of beats that are used, but also with the repetition that happens. Usually somebody will listen to a song over and over and over and over again. So then that song becomes creates these repetitions that goes into your subconscious mind. That's why people use affirmations. So music is like an affirmation, a long ass affirmation set to a beat, which then also makes it easier to remember. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
you can remember lyrics to a song, even if it's just the chorus. And the reason why you can remember the chorus is because it's repeated multiple times. Um, but there you can remember it because it's set to music. And so you vibe to it, you get in there and you remember it.
and
So it it literally controls your mind, but you allow it, right? Unless you're in a prison like Daryl was in The Walking Dead, and they're obligating you to listen to music, then you're the one that's choosing the music. So then it's up to you to choose to say, hey, I'm going to let it liberate me or cage me.
okay, all right. Your subconscious trigger your emotions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I don't look at it. I don't subconscious, yes, but for me, it's like I'm a personal embedded, embodied um alarm system, security system. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
that just alert you. Um, that alerts you. And I say that to say this, right? Um, let's take like Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can only make reference to Jamaica, right? As I
Mm-hmm.
shared, have I shared like just how the music like just went from cultural to just um sexy lovemaking to just hardcore crime,
Killing,
killing,
guns,
guns,
anger. Yeah,
anger, and you can see that in the society today. You can
yeah,
literally see it. You can literally lose your life if you step on someone's shoe
yeah.
accidentally, not even on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally die by doing that. If when a person they get up in the morning, all they're hearing is rinsing shot in head, gunshot a back underneath boy skin, all these things, you understand, the mind, it's in your subconscious now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna feel that you're gonna like I'm bad, I'm big, I'm bad, you understand? And if
Yeah, yeah.
someone if someone like just dare cross the line, you understand, that's gonna act out.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
act out because our subconscious influence our emotions. You understand?
And
And, and
I'll take that even a step deeper, you know. Um, People that are from the Caribbean, usually a majority, has their ancestry comes from transatlantic slavery. Now, what
yeah,
happened during transatlantic slavery is people were kidnapped, raped, treated brutally, forced into labor, lived on concentration camps. Like, we got to talk about those things as they are. Now,
yeah,
what didn't happen since then is an actual healing experience, right? Collectively. Obviously, there are a very few people that have chosen to heal this experience. I'm somebody that is working through that. I ain't there. Like, don't look at me as an
yeah,
example because I ain't
yeah,
there yet.
yeah,
But the music then not only activates these ideas, it also activates the anger that's ingrained in people because of these crimes against humanity and against their ancestry. That if it's not dealt with, it continues on, right?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like up to 4 generations, you can get a hair color or an eye color that's totally off in your family, like, but you can still get it because one person way back when had that eye color or hair color or skin tone or whatnot. So
yeah,
just like that can pass through DNA, trauma can pass through DNA as well. And it does. It does. So
yeah.
I think besides, yeah, it is repetition. You're hearing guns, you're hearing shooting people, you're hearing anger. It also activates that part.
But think deeper than that now. Let's go, right?
Hmm.
We have prominent um radio stations in Jamaica, prominent ones,
Yeah.
especially before the internet, YouTube, where you have vloggers and stuff like that. You understand? Music, like
Hmm.
radio stations was where you'd hear new songs as a youth. You'd listen. I would listen to RGR or RAFM to your especially new releases from your favorite DJs, artists,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? And so all you hear these days, even over those prominent radio stations, you understand, is just the
Hmm.
violent music. Now what they do is they beep out, they beep,
Yeah, yeah. They beep
beep,
about certain things, just like
like
in
as,
on
as if
TV.
as if we are stupid, like we don't know what you're beeping out. You understand? The thing
Yeah,
is you're
everybody
still playing
knows.
that music, yeah. So why, like I'm a DJ, right? I do a song, a violent song. Why, how do I get it to go on a prominent national radio station to be played that is going to be broadcast all over the island?
Hmm.
Kids going to school in the buses, in the taxis, they're hearing it.
Hmm. Hmm.
You understand? No, boom. Who own the radio stations? You understand? Like, and it goes back to crime. Like in Jamaica, like there's a whole, it's like, it's a link, Shay. Believe
Hmm.
me, it's a link. Somebody's benefiting from these guys doing all these type of music. The guys who are listening these things, they have guns value $300,000 and they can't even buy a box food. They can't even buy food to cook for their kids. You understand?
Hmm.
Where do they get the money to buy all these guns?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even um some politicians now, right? They own funeral parlors. Not
Hmm.
in their name, not in their names. Friends
Yeah,
and
yeah.
family. You understand?
Hmm.
Known. All all over the place. It's just there's the people are benefiting from the mind controlling of the youths. You understand?
Hmm.
Singing these type of music, get rich. Guy want to get rich. Nobody wants to turn lawyer no more, doctor no more, teachers no more, soldiers no more, police no more. They have just have this get rich mentality. As 50 Cent say, get rich or
Hmm.
die trying. They don't value life no more. It's just the money, and if they die, they die. You understand? But somebody is benefiting from it.
Yeah. But I want to make this conversation a little bit broader because it's not just Jamaica, right? There's like violent music put out everywhere. And I do think Jamaica is next level with that. But this music, and it's not just music, it's also TV shows, but this
Yes,
is not a show about TV shows. Um,
yes.
um, this music is used as mind control to kind of push out an agenda.
It's an
Now, the
agenda.
reason why this agenda can be pushed is because people are receptive to that. And music is often seen as an escape, it's escapism. So, the reason why people listen to those things is to escape, and then they put in the right things and they can control anybody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they make a lot of money doing that. So for me, it's then very important to say, okay, how do we counter that?
How can you counter that?
Easy. You a person,
Oh,
aren't you?
yeah. I am one person. I would like to think that I'm
The
not AI.
I think that we underestimate the power of how much we can do in life. Every person is a person, and
Yes,
you're in control of your life.
yeah,
Obviously, with the resources that you have right now, you can't take on a label, a radio station, politics, none of that, right? But you can control your own life. And I think
yes,
that's very important because here's the thing. If music is influencing each person and you have the power to choose which music you listen to, then you can control yourself. And once you control yourself, you then influence others. Do not underestimate how far the words that you say impact others. And so, and I'm not even talking about people that have podcasts and stuff like that, like we do. I'm talking about one on one, right? And so, if we choose to say, hey, I'm going to start there, I'm going to start with me, then you can impact you. And that already makes a difference. Because it's
Yes.
also their agenda to say, oh, no, you're nothing. You can't make a difference, not only on a personal level, but also as a collective, especially if you're Black, especially if you're from the Caribbean, especially if you're a former colonial person, if you're in a country that was colonized, period. So everybody can take their power back by saying, I'm going to control me. And I've heard somebody I found this person on TikTok. She only listened to Lizzo for an entire month. And she's like, I'm more confident. I love my body more. I feel like I'm a boss lady. I can go get whatever I want to, right?
And so I understand, right? So what if tomorrow morning Lizzo says she found a cause. I know, like I follow her, not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She has been bashed because
Mm-hmm.
of she don't represent
Yeah, yeah,
how a female artist should look in the 21st century. You understand?
yeah, yeah.
So so what if tomorrow morning she's like, you know what? I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna whatever. That can happen, right? Then
Yeah, 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 she can.
would those peer persons who said they listened to her for a month and felt that way, confident about themselves and stuff like that, would they still have that same reservation? You think?
I don't think the confidence goes away if, but here's the thing, right? You got to be in control of your life. If you say, and I don't think a lot of people choose and see the power they have to control things. Because if I choose to listen to Lizzo as Lizzo's music is right now, and I choose to get confident based on that, I can't say, oh, I'm gonna lose my confidence because Lizzo lost her confidence. Lizzo is not the source of my confidence. She might have inspired my confidence, but my confidence comes from me.
You, but there's an example of that. There's this popular personality in Jamaica,
Hmm.
Miss Kitty. Yeah, I think you might know of her or heard of her,
No, I
Miss Kitty.
haven't.
So you haven't?
That makes me want to go meow.
Shit, stop,
Ow.
stop, stop. You see, the, the, li- the listeners will listen, but they're not seeing your facial expression like I'm seeing it now. All
Ow.
right, stop, shit. Play nice, right?
Stop meowing.
Stop, yeah. So, so, yes, she was a big-bodied female woman, right?
Hmm.
And so I don't know if she was struggling with just weight loss. She had weight loss issue or whatever it is, but she developed this moniker like fluffy to the world. We are fluffy and we are proud and la 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 la. And believe me, every fluffy female in Jamaica was fluffy to the world. La la la. And I was like, okay, like big girls need love too. Some
Yeah,
lights
yeah.
need some light need to be shown in their direction also.
Hmm.
So Miss Kitty, I don't know if she win the lotto somewhere, and then she went to the Dominican Republic and did her body. She's not fluffy no more.
And you feel like the big girls them lost their
Of course,
confidence?
of course they did. Nobody's saying fluffy to the world no more. Because the confidence, you rightly said, the confidence was not for themselves, it wasn't
No.
self-inspired. They were looking at an escape. You understand? They were looking at someone. They were lazy people. I do may say, if I do say so myself, they were lazy and just looking for someone. Yo, she's popular and she's fluffy. Let's go.
Okay.
So,
But
so that's why I said, like, be
who are
careful what you
you
say.
like yeah, yeah, but I don't like to judge people as lazy though. They they struggled with their confidence. They got their confidence from someone. Instead of looking back at themselves, they chose to put their confidence in this person, and this person
Okay, all right.
let
So the
them
point is,
down, and so they let themselves down.
all right, that's the point. All right, take laziness out of it.
Yeah.
That's the point. You understand? I use lazy, take lazy, but that's the point I'm
Yeah.
making. Yeah, confidence should come. You have to want this for yourself. You understand? It's if I'm gonna look at you to no, you can inspire me. You
Hmm.
understand? But you cannot be my source of inspiration, my only source of
No,
inspiration.
no.
That should be from me.
Yeah. And our listeners are learning. Either they're learning or they already know this, right?
Yeah.
Take the confidence, take the inspiration, embody it, and own it for yourself, right?
Yes.
If we inspire you, own it for yourself. Um, Learn for yourself, grow for yourself, all that stuff. Like you don't need to be Shadia, you don't need to be Andy. Like I've seen people try to be me. You can't do that. That's good luck.
Listen,
Like,
listen, 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 listen. Good luck.
yeah, 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 good luck.
Don't tolerate. You can never be shy. I mean,
Yeah. And the only reason why being me is so cool because I think it's cool. You know how many people think I'm ridiculous and stupid and weird and
and
like
weird.
all this stuff? Yeah, like
Another I said super nerd.
yeah, I'm a super nerd. So
But
I think that's important, but I want to actually tie this conversation to something else, and that's Christianity. Like I feel like a lot of people, the way that a lot of people do the whole Christian thing is like God is their savior, and they don't learn to save themselves. They don't learn the power that they have, and it's like, you know, you here to save me. And
yeah,
so that also then again feeds into, oh, I can't do anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going into that. Well, all right. My government name is Andy Cross, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But in Jamaica, we have aliases. And my
Mm-hmm.
alias in my community where I'm from is Per. It's a
Mm-hmm.
French name, Pehr, Per.
Oh, Pierre.
Yes. It's well, we
I
don't
always
say
thought it
Pierre.
was pear.
It's
Like the
Per. It's
fruit.
not
I was
Pierre.
eating a pear. I was literally gonna send you a picture of a pear because I was eating a pear today. Literally. But it's Pierre. Jean-Pierre.
All right. So when I got into basketball, I was no good, because I was no good. I got into basketball when I was in high school, so I was no good. But then I discovered this guy named Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah,
And
who is
so
that?
I think one of the greatest ever to ever do it. And
I don't
so
know him.
I started watching him and I started playing like him.
Yeah,
And
like
so
Mike.
like Mike. And I watched that
Hmm.
movie. I watched every clip of Jordan, like from North Carolina. Like I was like this guy, and I started playing like him. And
Yeah.
so I shaved my hair shine. I used to shave my hair shine, and you could not call me Per again. Nobody could call. I'm walking down the street, and people, yo, Per. I'm not looking back. Hey, Jordan, yo. So I became Jordan. And so when Jordan retired, I was lost. I couldn't. It's like I couldn't shoot a jump shot no more.
Mm. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
literally lost. So that's the point I'm trying to make. You understand? Like
Hmm.
I was looking at a person
Yeah.
until I saw this kid, 17-year-old kid from Lower Marion
Hmm.
High School, and we all know who that is.
Ow, ow, ow.
The
Mamba.
Mamba, Kobe Bryant. And then
Yeah.
I started growing my afro. So I'm afraid another like this spirit found another vessel, and I'm gonna tie it to Christianity as you mentioned, right? So
Hmm.
it's like the spirit like was without body.
Hmm.
You understand? Or this body was without the spirit, an embodied
Yeah.
spirit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then this Kobe Bryant. And I became like Kobe. No, you could not call me Jordan no more. You have
But
to call me Kobe. You
but
see?
hold on. That's literally what they ask you to do with Christianity. They're like, open yourself and receive
Yeah,
Christ.
I'm tying it. I'm linking it. So
Okay,
it's
sorry,
very
sorry.
important. So 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 you could not call me Jordan no more.
Hmm.
I will not answer to Jordan, you know. You have to call me Kobe. I'm gonna only answer to Kobe Bryant, and you have to call me by his name, Kobe Bryant. And and so and so Kobe died. I'm not, I'm not,
So
I'm
since
laughing at the fact.
2020, you don't have no identity no more.
I'm like,
You in
no,
a
luckily,
dungeon
no,
for
no, no,
4 years.
luckily, he retired before that tragic
Yeah, yeah.
accident that took the life of nine, seven others with his plus him and his daughter. It's nine persons. You understand? It was a dark day for me
Hmm.
because I could not believe it. I did not want to believe it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It was weird for me too. It was eerie.
yeah, he
Yeah.
died, man, and so you're right. I was like, jeez, like who am I? And so
Mm.
I became a Christian now, and I just like bam. And so this spirit now, this void, because I have to things that was this was one of the saying in Christian is one of the saying in Christendom, right?
Hmm.
Anything you put before God is your God, and so I was in prayer and fasting one day. Oh Jesus,
And Kobe
and
showed up?
is number 8 in that afro, literally in the purple and yellow jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
Is back, and so oh, this is my God now. So all right, I have to cast it out and stuff like that. But and so I cast
Mm.
it out. I understand. I'm following the rules of Christianity. You know, I can't like
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
I
yeah.
take this out of me and blah blah blah. But according to the scriptures, if a demon or something is cast out of you and you don't replace it with something positive or something righteous, seven more is gonna come back.
Yeah.
You understand? And so I could what I replaced that with was music, Christian music. And so you started to listen
Mm.
to Prodigal Son and those guys, and I started
Yeah.
doing Christian music. Touche? You
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
want me to rap something for you? You want me to
Sure.
give you Christian music?
You
Give me a
sound like
beat.
you're trying to romance me.
Give me a beat. What are you
Want me to
saying?
sing a song for you?
Christian music? Romance you with Christian music? No, no. But I'm just trying to make a connection, and I think I might have derailed a bit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but the connection is there. You understand?
Hmm.
You have to find confidence. You have to find inspiration. You have to find motivation for yourself, for you. You
Yeah.
can't look to no other one. You understand? For that, you understand? Because
Yep.
life is full of uncertainties, and people will disappoint you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
And
what
you
are you
got to
gonna
know who you are because at the
yeah,
end
for
of the
yourself.
day, you were created in the image of and likeness of God. Whether
Yeah.
you believe in God or not, I don't necessarily, but um I do believe in the universe and that there is a higher power out there. So, if you believe I was created in the image and likeness of God and God created me perfect, then either God is flawed or something's wrong if you think you're flawed.
And
'Cause
something is wrong with all.
you're
Something is wrong,
fucking
you know.
perfectly created.
Who you as the way you are. You understand? And so
Yes.
with all these females going around like getting their bodies done and stuff like that, you're literally telling God that he did a shit up job.
Yeah.
That's what you're literally
I
saying.
actually I don't believe that. I think
What the,
everybody should be allowed to do whatever they want with their bodies.
according to what you just said, Shay, if you are created in the image and likeness of him, you understand? If he created you that way, you just said you are created perfect.
But,
And
but,
most of
but,
these females, wait before you, but
before I
most of these
sanka
females,
you.
before Sanka, you don't go with your Sanka, she. No, but you're right, you know. You're right. You're right. If you're gonna do it for yourself,
Hmm.
and that's the point, fine. You understand? If you're gonna do it for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yourself, most people are doing it for to please someone else.
Yeah, but here's what I think about that, right? Our desires are also perfect. So that also comes with a programming of being in the image and likeness of God, your desires. And so if your desires are saying, I want to get a bigger butt or nobody wants a smaller butt, but a smaller waist and big boobs and big lips and pointy nose, whatever, then go for it. I
Even at
don't
the cost
think
of death,
if
because that's
that is
happening.
necessary, if that's what you want, I always say go for it. The only reason why there's death is because people are not researching shit enough. Well, actually,
But
that's
what
not even true. Actually, that's not even true. I take that back. Remove that from your mind. Cast it out.
like
Cast out what I
like
just said. Because the whole BBL thing, Brazilian butt lift, is when they take fat from your ass and put it, no, fat from your stomach and put it in your ass. Because nobody wants the other way around. Is they it's actually very dangerous. So, but at the same time, yo, if I'm going for a cause, I don't care how fucking dangerous that cause is, right?
true,
So if you're
true,
really believing that's what you want, go for it. But if
true.
if you're talking about now people that are insecure and they're getting things done because to keep a man or whatnot, then I agree that shouldn't be done. But
And
at the
and
same
ninety
time, it's
five and
their
95
experience.
and 95% of the time, that's what's happening. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers.
All right.
You
You know
can't
what?
tell me
Let me
that.
take that. No, let me take that back. Let me take back
Yeah,
the 95%.
I
I
don't
know,
know
no, no,
the
no, but
numbers,
true.
but what I will
Yeah.
say is it's up to the people to decide what they want. And if if I'm the person that says if I believe in something, if I'm going for a cause, I'm going for it all out, then if somebody wants if that's their wish
But
and they want to go for it, they
but
go for
shit.
it all out.
But
Now,
shit.
here's why I don't care about talking about the insecure people that are going to get it because I don't think those are our listeners. And
No.
I value the people that are listening to this podcast because if you're here, then you know why you're listening.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk to the people that are insecure. I'm going to talk to the people that are saying, no, I want better for myself and I'm going to choose for what I believe in.
But shit. It. Like that. This wave. I don't even know when it started. It
Hmm.
ties into the entertainment, the music, the movies, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
industry.
yeah, yeah.
They
Of
see
course.
their artists looking a certain way. They want to look that way. You understand? They
Yeah.
like it's like you are only valuable or you are only like important if you look this way, if you walk this way, if you act this way. It's all a game to it's still mind control.
Yeah, if
Beautiful.
you have this
I
amount
see
of money.
I see
Yeah.
where I see where beautiful women are just messing themselves up just to have an image to be accepted by whom?
I saw an interesting thing happen. So my friend Tyrone, shout out to Tyrone. I don't know if he's listening because he's busy, is what he said. Um, but Tyrone put something on his Facebook recently where he said, would you rather have a woman that is natural or that has done a BBL or whatnot? All these men were saying, I prefer natural, and all these women were literally telling the men that they were lying. And I thought it was pretty interesting. They were like, y'all lying about all that. And I'm like, if they say they want natural, give them natural. Believe them.
An African woman who and I strongly know this to be some of the strongest,
Mm,
prettiest, well-shaped woman there on the planet. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They want to look like some people from Latin America. Like, understand? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
it. You understand? Like, come on, man. Like, be you, be
Accept
you.
yourself. And
Accept
it's
yourself
like
how you is.
you have all these white people tanning trying to look darker. Like
Look
I've
dark.
literally had them do the craziest shit of like sitting in the sun all day and then coming back try to like compare their skin to mine. Um
Okay,
which is a
okay.
problem in itself. I've seen all of that. They're trying to be darker. And then you got people bleaching their skin.
Try to
Black
be
people
wider.
bleaching their
Try
yeah.
to be wider.
And even
Because
and not just in the Caribbean, like and black people
Beyonce.
from the
Look at
Americas.
Beyonce. Look at Beyonce. She does
What,
that.
she bleached her skin?
Take a picture of Beyonce now. The
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce now to Beyonce Destiny Child when they were just
Mm-hmm.
emerging, and you tell me you answer that question for yourself.
Okay, I'm Googling.
Why you have to go like that's what you on this computer?
I Google everything, yes.
Let me tell me. And listen, let me tell that other me. And not
I
just
don't
there, not just like literally because
I
it's
don't
an
see that
image.
though.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an image.
I don't see that with Beyonce.
You
Like
don't
I
see
get
it?
it.
Are you a
Yeah.
fan? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I follow Beyonce
Well, you're
really
not.
closely.
You're not gonna see it.
Well, I
You're
don't like
looking.
her music.
You're looking. So are
I
you a
don't like
fan?
her music. I would say I said I follow her very closely. Like I've always followed Beyonce, but I really love her outlook on projects and like her mind towards her creative mind when she creates things. I just do not like her music. And especially now that she's going more towards the LGBTQA plus type of music, because even though I really support that
That
community, I don't like their music. It doesn't resonate with me.
it's an systematic agenda. It's a well planned agenda to use music, entertainment to and it's monetary, like to sell product, bleaching cream, all these stuff, bottle like
Hmm.
all these stuff. Like the money is going somewhere, you know. Those money is going
Yeah,
somewhere in
yeah.
the coffers of someone.
Hmm.
And so I see all these musicians with influence. You understand?
Hmm.
As puppets, and the puppeteer is controlling
Yeah,
them. They can't help themselves. You understand? Like you see some of them like they were just innocent and pure when they just came out.
yeah.
Compared to how they look now, you can see that their soul is gone. Like there's just an
Hmm. Hmm.
aloness about them. You understand?
And
It's just
also,
a monetary
usually they
thing.
don't get paid a whole lot of money either, right? Like there's so many shitty artist deals,
Yeah,
songwriters, and even like movie stars that it looks like they have a lot of money, but they don't. So it's like it's all interesting. Like you remember when there was MTV Cribs? You never
yeah,
watched
yeah.
MTV, did you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. MTV, Cribs,
MTV
BT.
Cribs. BT had one too. I don't remember what it was. But you know that a lot of these things were fake? Like people rented out a house to act as if it was their own.
No, I didn't know that. I
And
thought they
some
were
people
there.
are broke doing these things.
I
Like
didn't
Bow
know
Wow
that.
was caught with a picture on his Instagram saying he's on a flight,
A
like he's on
private
a jet,
flight,
yeah, a private flight, but it ended up being um somebody
a
saw him
regular,
on a
a regular,
plane, yeah,
yeah, a
on an
regular.
economy, and they took a picture and they're like, you ain't on no private jet. So
It's a
yeah,
clout. You understand? It's all a
yeah, it's
clout.
all fake. It's all fake.
Their lifestyle is they're miserable. They look in the public like they are all put together and stuff like that, and then they're selling this imagery. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? To beautiful black woman, especially I can only speak for the black community, like in that sense. You understand? Because I rep
Mm-hmm.
black. You understand? These are the ones they're trying to, yeah, you're not beautiful if you don't look a certain way, if you don't walk a certain way, if you don't act a
Yeah,
certain way, if you don't talk
yeah,
a certain way. That's a lie.
yeah. And
Image is a part of selling. Image is a part of the whole scape, the whole landscape of the entertainment industry.
I will take it
Not
back
just
to
the music.
personal though. I will take it back to personal because it's fun and all to say, "Oh, y'all doing it wrong." But how is it in our personal lives, right? When you're putting up a front, when you're speaking a certain way, when you're dressing a certain way that does not necessarily fit your personality, that you do not like in order to impress somebody, you're being exactly like Bow Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
if you're speaking a certain way, like, and I do understand the survival nature of things where like you got to do certain things to put food on the table, but every person needs to know where they draw the line. Where's your values? Where's um what you want to do? I draw the line to very extremes. Like I will not do anything I don't want to do for anybody.
yeah.
And people get mad at me, people question it, people do a lot of things. I've been criticized, I've cut people off, I've
Oh,
done
no,
many
no,
things.
no, no
But
matter the cost. You should put no matter the cost at the end of that statement, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. So
Because for some people, for the right cost, I will do it.
yeah, yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of selling out going on, you know?
And that comes from, and I don't want to judge that either, because I do understand certain people are in very dire circumstances, right? In order and need to do certain things. At least that's their perception of what they need to do. But you gotta keep working or finding a way to get out of that.
For me,
And
if I'm
again,
gonna do
I say, if you do not have your basic needs met, what I just said is a very privileged thing to say.
for me, the only line that if I'm not anything I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it for love. You understand? Not for
Hmm.
likes. Not for likes. Once you do it for love, you know, that's okay with me. But if you're gonna do
Yeah.
it for likes, if you're gonna do it to gain monetary favors or to gain popularity favors or whatsoever, like you're a sellout to me. You understand?
I would not judge that. Have you
Why?
worked a job that you didn't enjoy?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do it for
But
love?
yeah, because I love to take care of myself. I love to pay my bills on time, so I won't be embarrassed by my landlord. You understand? Like
Yeah.
love is the importance. It has to be
Okay.
import in that
Okay.
sense.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah, yeah.
In
Yeah.
that
Uh-huh.
sense. No, if I'm gonna say I don't like this job, I'm not gonna do it. But I still have my bills to be paid, so just gonna beg or I'm just gonna to do whatever.
Ask for,
Yeah,
send out
I
newsletters and ask for support.
send out newsletters and ask for support. You understand? They were literally training us to be bums.
Yeah.
You understand?
And there are people that are out of YWAM still sending newsletters and
Still
asking for
sending
support.
newsletters to this day. Yeah, I'm not gonna call name, but there's this one girl. I have to block her on every platform.
She keeps making another profile.
You know who I'm talking,
I,
right?
yeah, yeah, I know.
I have to block on every platform. I'm like, ask me that same thing, just ask me something. Don't be acting like, yeah, I need to. You understand? Like, when it a go stop? You're not in why like,
Yeah,
and that's the mind control. She can't escape that, even when she's not a part of the system no more.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. All right, let's wrap it up. Any final thoughts? What would you say is a great way to summarize this whole conversation?
A reasoning of many colors, like Joseph quote.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Joseph? Shay.
Joseph from the Bible?
Yeah, it's
But why did
quote.
you say court?
Many
Oh, his
quote,
coat. I
quote,
thought his
many
court.
colors, many colors.
Yeah,
Jeez,
it was.
Shay.
Yes, it was. And I would say pick your music according to where you want to go. If
Yeah,
music influences life, if it influences culture, if it influences finances, if it influences body positivity, you can use it to your advantage. And
yeah,
whatever the genre you like, whatever the genre it is that you listen to, there's something to be found. But
Yes.
also, there's power in diversity. So the more diverse your mind is, the more ideas you have, the more the more solution driven you are, the more you're able to figure out things. So music is a way to be able to open up your mind to different things. And whenever you're listening to something that you're not used to, you're challenging your brain and you're creating new neural pathways
That's it,
within
yeah.
your brain to expand yourself. That's why travel is important. That's why learning languages is important. That's why music is important. That's why all these things are important. So I would challenge the listeners to listen to something else, listen to something
Yeah,
different
don't.
that you haven't listened to before, and see how
And
you feel. And you might not like it and never have to listen to it again. It's up to you. But challenge yourself, challenge your norms.
it's like food, like like give your taste bud life. Let it
Yes.
taste other food from different cultures and stuff like that. As you said, you might not like it and you won't even try it again, but at least give your taste bud that experience. Live.
Yeah.
Don't just exist. Live.
Live. Live. And music. Excuse me, I burped. As I said in the first episode, this is unedited, so you hear all of our bodily functions.
And I'll take it out with a rap. Okay? Shay, listen up. Before
Tell
the
me.
foundation of the earth began, before sin became a reproach to man, there was a big war in Mount Zion between Jesus Christ
Uh,
and the evil one. Satan
uh,
rise up for rebellion to
uh,
overthrow God who's the great I am. But just
uh,
by them with his mighty hand, that's how we do
uh,
say that is the greater than Yeshua is the Lord
uh,
of Abraham who brings
uh.
salvation. What kind of yeah, my girl, you know, what kind of DJ this?
My whiteness is
You
showing.
want to show it? You don't know redeem.
God, I just farted.
Ah, shit. ah, and fart. You fart.
All right. All right.
Let,
Um,
let's not,
thank
let
you
us
for listening.
think of,
On to the next one. We have no idea what it's going to be about, but we drop on Tuesdays,
my
usually in the
God.
morning. But today it was dropped late because of technical difficulties.
Beyond
Thank
our
you,
control.
everyone. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.